All right, good afternoon. Today is April 11th, and this is Karla May from the 4th Senatorial District coming to you once again just to discuss a little bit about what happened this week. So it's a lot going on. I know we had the ERA rally, the Equal Rights Rally today in the Capitol. That was in the Rotunda. We have that going on. We also had a few bills on the floor. I can talk about those. We had one bill that got voted out of committee that I think is a step toward criminal justice reform, and that was the House Committee substitute for House Bill 192. I know they did add another bill onto it. I have to check to see exactly what that was, but this bill in itself is a good bill. So what it says is when a defendant fails to pay a fine or an installment, it removes the show cause hearing from the courts. And what it does is the fine or installment may be collected by any means authorized for the collection of money judgments, or it can be waived by the judge, but in no event can the recovery of costs incurred by a municipality or county for the detention, imprisonment, or holding of a person be the subject of any condition of probation. The failure to pay costs cannot be the only basis for the issuance of a warrant. So that is phenomenal. That is a huge step, because a lot of people, when they can't pay at those show cause hearings, they lock them up. They make them sit in jail 5 days, 3 days, and people lose their jobs and things like that. So this is a good step in a good direction toward criminal justice reform. Now, today was a good, successful day for us. We have a couple of educational bills that I was able to get perfected today on the floor. And one of them is a bill dealing with the pawpaw tree, which is in 25 states, but it's also in Missouri. The pawpaw tree is in most of the eastern state of Missouri. It doesn't grow west, so it starts in Missouri and goes to most of the eastern states, a little bit north until it gets to the colder temperature. But this is a tree that grows in the state of Missouri. It's a banana-shaped tree. And the best part about this tree, it started with a group of 4th graders at the New City School, and they wanted to participate in the process of government. So they decided to find something that they wanted a bill passed on. And so they did some research. The University of Missouri, Columbia helped them in that research. And what they were able to come up was a state fruit tree. And that is the pawpaw tree. It's a fruit tree in the state of Missouri. And actually the fruit can be used to make custard. It's used in other areas, like in Rhode Island, is actually sold at $4.50 a pound. So if you have any of these around the state or in your backyard, you might, have a revenue stream there that you didn't know about. They basically start to come on the tree around April, and they come full ripe around August. So it was awesome. We had another bill as well. We have an endangered species, what we call the hellbender salamander. We put it on our state symbols as an endangered species. The hellbender, that's the fish. Missouri is the only state that has both species of the hellbender. However, it is almost 80% extinct in the waters and rivers of Missouri, and it is a nocturnal creature, and most times this fish eats crawfish. There's a partnership going on with the zoo, St. Louis Zoo, and the Department of Conservation, and we do have like 3 universities in the state of Missouri that's also participating in that partnership. And what they're doing is they're rebreeding the hellbender salamander, and they're repopulating the waters. And they were able to create a river just like the rivers of Missouri, and actually have this river go through the same conditions and climate as the rivers in Missouri. It is a huge project in science, and so a lot of students that are majoring in science that are researching this are getting to participate and watch this process. So that was one of the things that we got to pass today as well. Another huge piece of legislation that's out there, we had a filibuster going on about that. It was a bill that was proposing a 7-year bond, about $300 million, to fix the worst bridges in the state. So basically, when these bridges close, the road closes and you're unable to use the road. So they did the bond in order to free up other money in the Department of Transportation for other projects. So that's the initial key. It was some other issues, but it's definitely an initial key for the bill. So we definitely have that to address some of the bridges in the state. Well, that's about it for today. It's a whole lot of other things I can talk about, but we would be here all night. It would be a filibuster moment for me to tell you the thousands of bills that have currently gone through so far. But next week, I'll be back, so stay tuned. This is State Senator Karla May signing off.